This is someone that's not a Christian, but he does find it odd when people mock it.
I have enormous respect for the Judeo-Christian ethic because, and any religion actually, the major religions. And the reason I do is let me just take Christianity as an example. I think that people are not aware of how much they not only benefit from that ethic, but also how much they believe in it without realizing it. So let me give you an example. You know, if you talk to most people, racism is a terrible thing. Okay, slavery, of course, is terrible. Do you know anybody who's pro-slavery? Anybody? You take for granted that racism is bad. You take for granted that slavery is an evil. That argument had to be fought and won for most of history.
Yeah.
For most of history, all of that slavery, just taking somebody and putting them in bondage, was what you did because you could.
Oh. That's kind of crazy to think about, by the way, that throughout history, people would just take people because they could. And listen to what he goes on to say next.
It wasn't considered, there wasn't a whole lot of talk about it. And I remind people that the first people to outlaw slavery and enforce that law were the British. But that movement was spearheaded in the United States and in Britain by what you people would call right-wing Christians. Because the idea was everyone is of the same moral worth. Yeah. Why is it that in our judicial system, that all of us believe in, essentially, if I kill Bill Gates or I kill some wretch on the street, some guy who's, some drug addict who's just sitting there in a hump, and you didn't see them like they're lying there and they're, I do the same amount of time. If I walk by and shoot him in the head, I go to jail for life for that.
Yeah.
Now, traditionally, you could say, but dude, that guy has no value, man. He's taking up space. He's using up resources. That guy just got rid of him. It's bad meat. And you'd be like, and then they go, what's your status? And you go, oh, I'm a prince. I'm aristocrat. They go, you're good. You're a higher birth. But guess what? In this country, or in most of at least the modern world, you go to jail for a life. Whether I do it to him or I do it to Bill Gates. Why? Because our judicial system is predicated on the idea that because we're all, whether you believe it or not, there's one father and we're all brothers and sisters. What does that mean? Monotheism says that essentially all of us are the children of that one God, meaning we're all brothers and sisters, meaning we're all of the same moral worth. Yeah. It's moral worth. And that means you as a human being are not in a position, no matter who you are, to judge what I'm worth, even though I'm a wretch on the street. That's not for you to judge. And everyone agrees with that. I don't care if they're an atheist. I don't care if they're a Buddhist. Everyone in this country agrees with that. And that is a Christian idea.
I don't know if I've heard anyone define the Imago Dei like that, but that was fascinating. The fact that everybody's created an